All right, guys. Dennis Allen's made the point that your frame is similar to Al Harris's. Just in what way has he already addressed that with you? And in what ways do you think like his experience playing in the league, kind of with a similar frame, will help you?
Man, coach been helping me for sure. Getting my stance higher, not being too low when I'm first man and stuff like that. So being coached by him is really a blessing, for real, for real.
He's somebody that stood on the table for you. I know Ryan Pohl said he texted him about you in like February. Like, what's your relationship been like?
Man, ever since I took my first top 30 here, it's been great. It felt like I told them when I was here, it felt like home here. So it's great to be drafted by the team I wanted to be drafted by. So it's a blessing for me, for sure.
You have a guy like that who's obviously been experienced in this league and has coached for a while. Like, having him in your corner, what does that do for you as you're about to go through this rookie process?
Oh, it definitely boosts my confidence because I got a coach that undid it too. So he just gonna give me the game. I just got to add it to my toolbox and just be ready to work every day.
You said this is where you wanted to get drafted.
Yeah, most definitely.
What was it about the Bears that made you want to say, I want to come here?
Family oriented. I came from a family oriented place before I got here. So UTSA was family oriented. Here is a family oriented that I wanted to be a part of. So that family bonding, that's what I wanted to be a part of.
What have these last 2 weeks been like for you as you've kind of crossed the bridge from the draft into now getting here and being part of practice?
It's been the last 2 weeks was crazy, but when I got that call, all emotion was running through. I was smiling. Hell, I'm still smiling. So it's been great, man. It's a blessing, and I just want to thank God for real, because without him, none of this would be possible.
What are the small goals you have in a 3-day session like this weekend here?
Being coachable and not making the same mistake twice. And that's my mindset these 2 days for sure. Being coachable, not making the same mistake twice.
What is it that you were good at in college that you feel like in these first 3 days of now getting a little NFL camp, you've been able to hit the ground with that it translated well for you?
I feel like it's translating because I got Coach Al with me. He gonna coach me up hard every day. He been coaching me hard since I got here and right now. So just having him right there, it just motivates everybody, and it just elevates your game as well.
Is it something you were comfortable with though that you did well in college that you still feel comfortable with right now?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Pressing, zone, it don't matter. I feel like I can play it all. So yeah, I feel definitely comfortable for sure.
Coach Allen was talking about how everybody's head swimming, learning all the defense and stuff like that. What's the key to learning the stuff in terms of learning it well enough where you can just play and not have to think about what you're doing? Do you spend like extra time with a teammate or something like that at night, or like how do you?
Oh yeah, we got we met up like last night. A group of us, all the corners that's here, we all met up yesterday in the hotel, and we just went over the playbook. Went over install 1 and 2. Just so we wouldn't make the same mistakes we made yesterday. And we wanted to have a better practice today as a whole group and not just one person. So that's all, we all helping each other. No man left behind, for sure.
Have you had to cover Burton yet, and what do you make of him?
I think I have covered. I think it was yesterday, though. Great dude. Competitor, a dog, every day. It's just good work.
Getting together in the hotel last time, is that still something you guys did on your own, or did they ask you to do that?
We did on our own, we felt like it was a lot of learning yesterday. It was a lot of amazing stuff. So we didn't want to come and do that same thing today. So that's why we met last night. And we got ahead of that. We went over stuff from yesterday and to be in front of it today, so we can have a good practice today.
Say you are a longer, leaner corner. In addition to working on your technique, have they gotten you on maybe a nutrition plan to try to get you to bulk up?
Not yet, but I'm sure it's coming, and I'm ready to gain weight. I'm constantly gaining weight right now, so whatever I need to do, I'm gonna do it. And I'm gonna be coachable. So.
Zay DA was telling us about a rep you had along the sideline. I think it was against 82 John Jackson, where you got the PBU. He just pointed that as like a nice moment for you. Can you take us through that rep?
It was just I was press man. He gave me a good release. I stabbed him. I just played my technique and I didn't panic. And once you don't panic, good things happen. So that was a good thing, having a little PBU. I want the ball though.
As far as the rookies go, you're on the older side. You kind of feel like a vet in the rookie room.
Shh. I feel like we all the same right now. We all learning. But as far as trying to take initiative, I am trying to be the lead of our group here because I feel like I need to do that. So that's all.
Why do you feel the need to kind of take on more of that leadership?
Because everybody asking questions, and I feel like if I know it, I need to tell everybody, and if they know it, they gonna tell me too. So it's just all working hand in hand, working with each other, and not trying to see each other fail. Honestly.
Is that going into your preparation, right? Trying to be one of the leaders in the room, so you're preparing maybe a little bit more, so that when somebody has a question, you can have that answer.
Yeah. See, yesterday was kind of like a learning for me, but today it was like a way better practice for me. So I was able to like, if somebody needed something, I was able to help them a little bit. But that's gonna get better going down the road. But for sure, it was a great day today for sure.
Thanks, guys.
Thank y'all.
Thank
Y'all have a blessed day.
You as well.
Ruben, the big conversation on you has been around your speed. How do you use your speed to, not just to make the play, but also to maintain your technique?
Speed is key for me, like you said. It's all about knowing where I'm supposed to be and then what I'm supposed to do, and then the speed comes after that. I feel like I have a great ability to react before everyone else on the field, so that's where the speed comes into play. But it all comes by knowing what to do first, and then everything else comes after that.
How's it felt out there so far? What have you learned?
Yeah, it's felt great. Coach Smith's been great. It's been on my ass, which I love. Day one was a little, everywhere for me personally, but day two was a better day for me. So it's all about just getting used to the routine and everything. Like I said, coach has been great. Coach Smith, DA, everybody's been great. Tempo's been good. Just me getting out there, running around again. Haven't played ball since November, so just getting back out there on the field has been good for me.
You mentioned you can use your speed if you know what you're doing out there. So what's the key to learning the playbook and putting yourself in that position?
Yeah, knowing my position first, where Coach Smith wants me to play. Mastering that, getting that down packed, and then understanding where everyone else is around me. Whether it's other linebackers or other secondary players. Just knowing where I fit in within the defense and knowing my role. But at first, I gotta know what I'm doing first. So locking in on one position and then expanding out.
Zay was talking about how they got together, the cornerbacks last night at the hotel, just to go over stuff. Did you guys do anything with the D-line like that or any other players?
Yeah, we did with the linebackers. We got together, went over some of the install, and then for myself, just went over the install on the iPad. Writing down, taking notes. Doing what I do best and just locking in, maintaining. Spent about like an hour and some change last night, just going through everything again before coming out today. Just wanted to be prepared and ready to go when I hit the field.
With Tremaine and TJ being the linebackers on this team, where do you feel like you fit in with those two?
I'm just here to learn from them. They did it at a high level. Obviously, TJ has earned his keep. Tremaine has earned his keep. So I'm just here to learn. Looking forward to being in the building with them come next week. But I'm just here to learn, man. I got great vets in the room. And I'm grateful for that. And I just want to pick their brain, have them coach me up, and we go forward from there.
Ruben, what's the part about Rookie Minicamp like that you've experienced these first 2 days that might be like an underrated thing that people don't know or like would maybe not assume
Yeah.
trickiest part maybe?
That conditioning, just being up on that, I would say. And it comes fast. It's like, this much of the playbook is being given to us, but it seems like this much, So just locking in on that, understanding, how to study and what to study and just how to, profile and, profile everything in your mind. So when you get out on the field, you can move fast and efficient. That's been the biggest, probably underrated thing. It's not just, it's not an ease into type of deal. It's like, you're thrown right in the fire. So I'll say that's the most underrated part.
How did you, when you were at Maryland, how do you learn? What's the best strategy for you to be able to take information and process it and then execute it on the field?
Yeah, I love looking at the installs and writing notes on the install, just circling things. That's how I learn. And then obviously walking through was a big deal for me, especially after day one. The walkthrough we had after day one, that really helped me out a lot. Just calm down and really get into the swing of things and then helped me jumpstart day two off on the right foot. So just, taking notes, obviously. I'm more of a picture and walkthrough guy, so that's how I learn best.
Dennis Allen was in here saying the first thing he picked up on you is that you're very mature and business oriented, no outside distractions. You're kind of smiling at that right now. What's your approach to setting up your life to be ready for this moment?
Learning. I don't know anything about the NFL. Obviously, the first year in here, but just learning, watching guys, being quiet, shutting up. That's probably the best thing for me right now. Just learning. I love DA. He's very quiet, unique personality, but I feel like him and I get along together. He told me in the meeting yesterday, I need a better day from you, so that was just good for me to hear. That even though he's quiet, everything's being evaluated. So it's all about handling my business. It's just work. I'm in the real world now, so gotta love it.
Ruben, you said you were just focusing on one position. Is that Mike?
I'm playing all three, learning all three. So I'm rotating, learning all three. We're all circulating and doing that. So I said I was learning one, but I was just really learning all three, and just knowing my place and piece in that.
At the risk of asking a dumb question, how old are you? When is your birthday? It's not on the Maryland website. It's not on the website. So just want to clarify this.
23, September 16th, my birthday. Yeah.
Ruben, I believe Navarro Bowman was an analyst for Maryland for 1 year. Was there anything that you took from him, or any conversations that kind of are helpful for you now as you kind of transition into your professional career?
Yeah, Coach Bo is my guy. I was really close with him when I was in Maryland. When he was there for that 1 year, he really just taught me a lot about just how is going to go at the next level. Just things I needed to work on. Because obviously the things I did at the collegiate level, I'm not doing now. I'm playing differently now, and I've corrected those things and still working on it now. But he just gave me the lay of the land, and just myself and himself having a close relationship. That was important for me, and that's somebody I can call at any time. So that's definitely one of my OGs, if you will.
You grew up. Ray Lewis is like one of your NFL idols.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
How did you go to one of his camps? Is that right?
I did. Want to say it was senior year of high school. Going into my senior year at IMG, he had a camp. I went 2 years in a row, so probably like my junior and senior year. But I won the MVP my senior year. I just got to meet him and everybody. He was out there. Ed Reed was out there. Eddie George was out there. Met Devin Bush, Dylan Moses, guys like that. So, like I said, just being around guys who've done it at a high level, that helped my development a lot.
Ruben, there were some questions maybe about your production coming out of college. We wanted to go into maybe what your role was that led to that and how it evolved throughout your career.
Yeah, I played Michael Will in college. We had a great D-line my entire career there. So, big boys ate a lot, when I was playing. But it was about me just being a leader and going out there and playing, doing my best, doing my job. When the plays came, they came. I made the plays. But now just looking forward, I look to make a lot of plays and get a lot of opportunities to do so. So that's where my head's at now. Obviously, college is college. You get a lot of great players in our linebacker room as well. A lot of young guys, a lot of veteran guys that I played with, and guys that were behind me that needed a game experience, which they did, and they'll be better off, since they got that. But it's all about just making up. When I had the opportunities to make plays and do what I had to do, I did them, and I don't regret it. So, I just took my opportunities and ran with them.
What's been the biggest change in your preparation from preparing for your role in college to now preparing for what your role will be in the NFL?
Really nothing different. Probably I'll say the free time. Obviously, there's no class. That's like a big point in a lot of the meetings that we're getting as rookies. So it's all about football, which is how I like it, how it should be now. And yeah, man, it's all about football. It's what I asked for. It's what I signed up for. So I'm ready for it. Yeah. No difference in preparation. Same thing, just without that element. So I got more time to prepare.
When you have those interactions with Ray Lewis or Bowman or people like that, what do you take from it knowing that they've been where you want to go? How did you kind of learn and kind of absorb their teachings, even if it's small interactions? What do those interactions mean?
Just being a great listener. It wasn't really a lot of responding for me. I love to listen. I value listening. That's what has got me this far. So I just learned about, obviously time management, getting in the building early, recovery was the biggest piece. And then just playbook wise, understanding, your role, like I said before, understanding your role and understanding the pieces around you. And that's going to, make you a better football player, a more cerebral football player. And then just keep your face clean, do the right things, do right by people. Like I said, everything's being evaluated, not only just on the field, but off the field as well. So just getting those pointers from those guys. And I have everything. That's what they told me. It's just all about, applying it. And, when I get my opportunity, just showcase that.
Ruben, a lot of the post-draft coverage, like on a national scale even, people thought, oh, this guy might be a 7th-round pick, a UDFA, not a 4th rounder. Do you hear those things? And if so, how do you internalize that?
Misery loves company. It's a lot of people that don't know what I had to go through to get this opportunity. You just look at my story, just not going into the combine, not going to the Senior Bowl, Shrine Bowl. I had the Hula Bowl, which is I give a lot of credit to Nick Logan for trusting in me to play in that game. But just that, and then I called the NFS twice to see if I had a combine invite. They said no. So going through that, and then just going through training, the whole combine season, and just chopping wood, carrying water, going through it every day, and then having my opportunity. My one opportunity at Pro Day, doing that, and then I went on like 15 visits, took like 30 flights in 2 weeks, just back and forth across the country, doing my meetings and stuff with like that. So, all of that is just a combination of, me getting this opportunity now. Definitely don't take it for granted. I'm very grateful for, everybody upstairs for believing in me and in my ability. Now it's time for me to put it together. And, I just love my story for anyone who's, out there who thinks that they need, things like the combine invite, the Senior Bowl invite, that who thinks that they need that to get drafted. You don't. You just got to put your best foot forward. You got to run fast, and you just got to be your best self every day. And I feel like I'm showing that. I got a lot of messages, a lot of love, a lot of hate too, but that's what comes with it. So I'm all for it.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it. Thank you.